Who's the instigator on this plane ride? You know, is it, on the one hand, is it Amber Heard who's poking and going after him because he's on the Roxy's, or is it Johnny Depp because he's under the influence and he's jealous and he's lashing out against Amber Heard? I mean, those are the two versions that we're seeing here. But nonetheless, Amber Heard testified that this was the first time she was physically abused in front of other people. Still with us, Lamar Mojdahizad, Dr. Carol Lieberman, and Susan Constantine. Let's take a look now. Here she is, Amber Heard, part of her description of that attack on the plane ride.
I remember moving more than once, and Johnny came to me each time, not the other way around. He sits down in front of me at one point, and because I'm not answering him, I was looking out of the window, and he slaps my face. And his friend is in our proximity. And it didn't hurt my face. It just felt embarrassed that he would do that to me in front of people. It was the first time that anything like that had happened in front of somebody. I walk away from him. My back is turned to him, and I feel this boot in my back. He just kicked me in the back. I fell to the floor. I caught myself on the floor, and I just felt like I was looking at the floor of the plane for felt like a long time. And I thought to myself, I don't know what to do. I can't believe he just kicked me. No one said anything. No one did anything. It was like you could hear a pin drop on that plane.
Susan Constantine, what did you notice there? Human behavior expert.
A lot of things are going on there. First of all, we're seeing Johnny Depp, and he's talking about these slicing gestures that she's coming at him. So, and that is consistent with his words. So I think that this conversation is going back and forth. I don't think it's one more than the other. I think the both of them are not telling you the full story because they use terms like at some point. So when you say at some point, what was preceding that point is why they omit, they leave out, and that's really crucial information, and they're doing that for a purpose. The other thing is, what I'm watching her is that she doesn't say he kicked her at first, is that she felt a boot on her back. But then she doesn't really show any motion in her gestures, like he forced me or there was movement. I don't see any illustrative gestures in her body language to say that she was being forced or pushed down. The other thing is that I noticed consistently throughout her testimony, she always shows anger and contempt in her facial expressions and disgust. You see her crinkling up her nose a lot. This is how she feels about him as a person, but I don't see the tears. The gestures and the expressions oftentimes in Amber don't match up. So I think that this is one of those examples where she starts to add additional dialogue that may not be true. So I don't find that to be totally credible.
Dr. Carol Lieberman, your thoughts. This is an important moment because she's saying this is the first time he's being physical, so brazen that he's just doing it in front of everyone.
Well, you know, I think that's one of the most interesting parts of this, because it's not so much about, you know, oh, so is he going to break up with me because he thinks I'm having sex with my co-stars? It's not about that. Or did he hurt me? You know, it's about that he did this in front of people. So why that's so upsetting to her is because I think that the main reason she got into this relationship with him, not that he isn't attractive and sexy and intelligent and charming and all of these other things, but I think her primary thing was she was looking for him. She wanted to be on his arm. She wanted to be get better roles. She wanted to, you know, be lifted up in Hollywood by being his partner. And so that's why she is so upset about him doing this in front of other people. It's ruining the image. How could he do this? If he did this, which I'm not buying 100%, but if he did this, why that shouldn't be the main thing that you're worried about, that he did it in front of other people.
Lamar, I want you to take a listen to Johnny Depp here being cross-examined, and this is about the day after this flight. And take a listen and let me know what you think and what impact this testimony will have on the jury understanding what happened on the plane.
And in this email to Amber, the day after this plane flight, you write her and you say, once again, I find my place, start over. Once again, I find myself in a place of shame and regret. Of course, I am sorry. I really don't know why or what happened, but I will never do it again. I want to get better for you and for me. I must. My illness somehow crept up and grabbed me. I can't do it again. I can't live like that again. And I know you can't either. I must get better, and I will. For us both, starting today, I love you. Again, I'm so sorry, so sorry. I love you and feel so bad for letting you down. Yours. Did I read that right?
You did.
Always that little smile when he answers the question. It takes like cross-examination, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh. So, Lamar, what are your thoughts about that apology email that he is acknowledging that he wrote?
That email does not help Johnny Depp at all, because that is a deep apology for something extreme. That's what it sounds like. You don't apologize for something very minor in that manner, right? It sounds like he's apologized before. Now he's putting it in writing to reinforce it to her that he is apologizing for something, possibly abuse, we don't know, but for something bigger than just something little.
Susan Constantine, any take on his reaction as it's being read, or the actual words that he chooses in that email?
Well, when he's talking about what he's really sorry for, I think that he did respond in a way that he was not happy about, and he was owning to it. But he doesn't really state what he's saying. He doesn't tell you what he did. So we know there was a lot of things that were going on that airplane, and he was based on Amber, he was flicking ice at her and so forth, which I believe was truthful, by the way. I analyzed that, and I think that she was telling the truth. The question being is that what he's speaking about? Is it because they had this bantering back and forth? Was he speaking to her in a disrespectful manner that he's really sorry for? But he doesn't mention abuse, so I don't think we can attach the two together unless we know more information.
Dr. Carol Lieberman, what are your thoughts about the apology?
Well, he's been apologizing to her a lot during their relationship, and he has said that he does it in part because he's trying to placate her. He's trying to calm her. He doesn't want more of her abuse, so he's trying to say things and do things that will make her happy. He has said that will make her happy, so that she will be calmer and nicer to him. So I don't think we can, he doesn't say specifically. I mean, he could have been apologizing for blaming her, for having an affair with James Franco. We don't really know.
So whether or not there was physical abuse on this plane ride is a key part to this whole case, because if the jury believes this story, it's over for Johnny Depp, right? I mean, the trial is over, and I think it damages his reputation, and because it confirms her allegations. But there's other people on this flight. I want to put this up on the screen because we've got a list of who was on that flight. You've got Jerry Judge, who is Johnny Depp's bodyguard. He has passed away subsequently, but you've got Savannah McMillan, Amber Heard's friend. She described her as her friend. You've got Keenan Wyatt, the sound engineer who worked for Johnny Depp. And then you've got Stephen Deuters, who is Johnny Depp's assistant. So at the end of the day here, Lamar, this jury, I think, will listen to whatever these folks have to say. Because we're hearing one thing from Johnny, one thing from Amber, and there's other people on the plane. So, I mean, to me, that unwraps the key to the whole thing, trying to figure out what happened here.
I think so too. I completely agree. And I think that they'll focus on the relationships those people have to each of the parties as well.
All right, Susan Constantine, human behavior expert. Great to see you again tonight. Thank you so much. Lamar, Dr. Carol Lieberman staying with us. When we come back, we're going to take a look at that list we just went through of the other witnesses. Who's going to testify? Who has testified? What are they going to say? All of that when we return.